Okay, so having a look at two sections in one for this, we're having a look at packaging and product as well. Now, I have done quite a lot on product because you've done product life cycle, you've done the Boston Matrix, but just a few other features to pick up on, particularly looking at unique selling points. But what's interesting to do is to look at why do some products fail and why do some products succeed. So Google Glass, I would say, is a bit of a product failure, and you can read about some of the reasons why it failed, and I'm sure you can work some of the reasons out for yourself. But what factors actually determine the success of a product? And what you'd want to think about is looking at the factor, explaining why that factor is important, and giving an example that relates to a current product. So I would say making sure that the product features fit the target market, and they are features that the target market want. So if you're aiming your product at young people, they might be quite image conscious, so they want a product that looks quite good. Now, if you go back, I don't know about this. Does it look good? Does it not? Does it just look a little bit weird? So, you know, you might think about, well, is that one of the reasons that it failed? It has to be affordable as well. That's not to do kind of really with the pricing strategy, but you've got to have an affordable product. I wouldn't say that Google Glass was particularly affordable product. And go through kind of all of these features, you know, does it fit in with taste and fashion of the time? Were there many competitors? Are there many competitors? Is it a bit of a niche, or it's found a gap in the market? There's so many different things that you can come up with that are elements that maybe determine the success of a product, but you've really got to be able to explain them as well. One thing that can help a product become more successful, although it's important to recognise at this point that not one feature will guarantee the success. Nothing will guarantee success. But one thing that could help is a unique selling point, a USP, and this would be a rare, or technically speaking has to be unique, factor that differentiates a product from its competitors, so really sets it apart. So we can see here that Red Bull, what sets that apart? Well, it's a highly caffeinated drink, so when it first came out, it's quite different for the market. The Dyson vacuum cleaner doesn't lose suction, so when it came out, it differentiated itself from the market. Now, there are copy versions of this, but Dyson, I think, has still got that kind of unique selling point. They keep on coming out with unique things. I purchased a Dyson Animal recently, and yeah, it's really good. A really good handheld, cordless. I never thought I'd be excited about a Hoover or a vacuum cleaner, but it is as good as they say it is. eBay, there are probably other websites around, auction websites, but that's one of the biggest and largest and first that came out, one of them. And then Head & Shoulders is specifically made for dandruff, so, you know, quite, not technically speaking unique. There are other products out there for dandruff, but fairly unique, if there is such a thing. So onto packaging then. Okay, so here we have our square melons, watermelons, and why are they made like that? Well, it's helped them tessellate really in the transportation of them, because obviously round things don't tessellate. But this is to help you remember that the weight and shape of an item can affect the cost of distributing that product, and so bulky packaging can really have an impact on distribution costs, and that has an impact on your final cost. May cut into your profit margins, may need to set a higher price and make it less competitive on the market. Bubble wrap, obviously for protection, so packaging is important because it can damage against, it can protect against damage, and if something is damaged, you can't really sell it, or you can't sell it for full price, so there's an opportunity cost there. The design, this one, Vanish, very good design, but very different from this iPhone design, and both equally good because this does its job. It's very eye-catching on the shelf. This does its job in terms of reinforcing the brand, so it's very elegant, very sleek. So depending on the rest of the elements, the other elements of the marketing mix, you might want something very eye-catching because it's in a very competitive market, or something very like stylish that can justify the high price. You might have information here. We have some nutritional information. Food products legally need to state ingredients, weight, but it's optional for nutritional information in the UK. But I think in the state of New York, it's actually legal requirements out there. And, you know, just to point out to students, if you had a product like this, you know, and you didn't speak the language and you couldn't understand it, well, this product here is probably not going to harm you if you eat it. But is this product dog food or is it dog? Who knows? I don't speak whatever language that is. So, you know, information is very important. And there are environmental factors as well. More and more these days, we're becoming more aware of environmental factors, more interested in them. So people might want to take that into account as well. And, you know, you don't want a pressure group maybe campaigning against you because you're a very wasteful company. But you might package things for convenience. So what's really interesting is Quaker Oats have been making these Quaker Oats for years and years and years. But they came out with this product, this one, Oh So Simple, a few years ago. And it's the same product, but just in little packages. So it makes it easier to measure out your liquids and to put it into the bowl. But it's literally... it's the same packet, it's the same product, right? And my mum buys this and my dad despairs because this is a little bit more expensive because it's more convenient, you can charge a higher price. And my dad's just like, Sarah, which my mum's name, why are you buying this? It's the same product. Like, just put it in a bowl, put it in the microwave, it's the same thing. So sometimes when you make packaging very, very convenient, people are willing to pay a higher price for it. And that is seen, if you think about going to the supermarket, buying a bottle of water, you are often prepared to pay like 80p, 50p for a small bottle of water, whereas if you walk a few more aisles, you can get a litre bottle of water or a 2 litre bottle of water for a very cheap price off their aisle. So it's the convenience of getting it from the front of the store, not having to walk in the store, and having it in a small bottle, to be honest, and you do pay a premium on that. So those are some elements of why packaging is important, and remember to bring in kind of unique selling points or, you know, an innovative product that you can't get elsewhere as being factors of why product is important.